able to probably see this. So we're going to go over some markups that I was kind of going by to take a look at where the market's headed and what's going to probably yield its most pips. I think we did I did something on gold for all of our gold sellers that love to sell gold. Right now, obviously, gold has been in a downtrend. I think that you guys were able to see that last week with all of the movements, even though it popped up for a little bit. For the most part, it is a downtrend per se. As you could see, the levels kept on making a lower high as it kept on as it kept on coming down through the weeks per se. It actually passed the 61.8 level. So soon as it passed this zone, guys, we're looking for shorts below this level. As you can see, it came back, retested wicks to the upside as the market will do. That's one thing that you guys are going to want to pay attention to is when the market actually breaks past a zone, it will always go back and retest it. That's why it's so dangerous to see, oh, this is a sell, and you get in and you just sell, and the market's going to go back and retest that new level it just broke before the massive drop. Okay, so what we're kind of looking forward to with gold is for it to possibly rise up a little bit. Today is set up Sunday, where the markets like to kind of set its spread and set its projections, and we may be kind of expecting maybe a slight pull up before a drop to the next level, which would be around the 1203 level. People are like, wow, that is a huge drop. Yes, it is quite possible. As you can see from this level, the history always will tell you exactly where the market's headed. So if we look back, right, if we look back and we saw where the market actually had hit and actually where it had went, it's quite possible that it could fall to this area here. But in the meantime, the in-between time, you can catch some massive pips from this zone to here. This is about 500 pips. Even if you were to mark this up from this zone to here is 500 pips, guys. Even if you were to mark this up halfway, that's 250 pips. If you just to even catch this for just a little bit here, that would be close to 150 pips right in this region. So gold is looking like a good sell. Just as long as it stays below the 61.8 fib level, gold is a good sell. And we want to be able to catch all of our entries at the top of the range. Okay, so at the top of the range. So I like to mark it up on the daily so you guys can really see. So, you know, one thing you're going to want to check about the daily is that the trends are very strong, I would say. Okay, we would get our entry off the 4 hour to see where it's at. Right here, as you can see, the market is in consolidation. This is why I really don't want you guys trading right now. Hold on, let me see if I could make this a little bit. Okay, this is a little bit better. All right. Right now on the 4 hour, as you can see, market has been really consolidating. Even on the 4 hour, it really hasn't done that much. That's where we kind of ended off last week, as I was kind of stating. Gold hasn't really done that much, guys. It really hasn't moved that much. I know some people saying they made some money. I mean, if you were making money, you were making money here, throughout here. Right here, there wasn't really too much happening. As you can see, here on the Ichimoku cloud, we see a huge bearish cloud coming up. And if you check on the daily, you check the zones, it's below the 61.8. So a projected drop is a pretty strong projection per se. Let me see if Mr. Stevenson Lindor has hopped on. Have you hopped on there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome. So, I know you had some great things that you were projecting over the weekend. Just kind of share with you guys, Mr. Lindor, myself, and and several other traders, we spent a lot of time on the weekend really reviewing over the charts to find the best setups just for you guys to be able to benefit from. Actually, Mr. Linder was so excited about some of the things he was able to find that he wasn't even able to go to sleep last Friday. So we're super excited about the week that we got ahead of us, and we want to be able to teach you guys the right way in trading at the right times. Sunday should be a no trading day for all of us. Can you make money? Yes. Yes. Is it dangerous? Yes. Right. Sundays is where the market makers like to set up, set you going one way, right, before they actually go the correct way. So right now it's consolidation period before London. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to you, man. I know you got some big stuff happening over there.
All right, hold on. All right. What's going on, everyone? I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday evening. So I'm just gonna go over a couple of pairs here that everybody's looking to trade. Just to recap gold, what Greg was going over. Gold, I see it actually breaking out this week. What's going on right now is, like I said, market always moves in three ways. Moves on an uptrend, downtrend, and sideways. So basically last week, the last probably 2-3 days, it was basically in consolidation. So we can expect a breakout. So in order to predict a breakout, because the market always moves in structures, you see these two long wicks right here. I have this one top right here. You can expect some type of breakout movement. So the market can move basically past up this range, 1265. If it breaks past this, I can see it going up. But most likely it's going to continue going down. The US dollar is very, very strong right now. And you can see that across the board. If you notice Euro USD, it's on a big bearish move. Got to understand it's election time. Our economy is rallying right now. Interest rates, there's going to be some big announcements later this week, especially with the Canadian dollar. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. But I see gold going further down. Once it breaks past this zone, this market exhaustion area, basically this long wick, once price finally moves and breaks past that, I can see it going further down and possibly in this range for a good 300 pip movement. So if you're looking to trade gold, I really wouldn't jump in because right now it's in consolidation range. It's ranging. So it can either go up or it can go down. So this is where the market is like really gathering contracts. I would wait until like about Tuesday, late Monday, Tuesday to really jump in if you really want to maximize. Because you want to get in breakouts. You don't want to trade when the market is trending. You want to catch big moves like this when it's going up, or big moves when it's dropping down. That's how you make money. All right. But gold looks good. If we can get out of this consolidation range, whichever it breaks out to. For those who have a pen and paper, please write these down. You want to be out. You want to be waiting for this. So if gold breaks past like 1240 range, 1241, 1240 range, look for it to go on a deep sell and pretty much touch going down in this range. So you can see it get in this demand zone right around here. Boom. So like I said, this is a good, once it breaks out here, this is a good 300 pip movement. I don't really see it going back up, breaking through this zone. One, couple reasons. It just came out of a strong area of demand, and the overall direction, especially breaks off the weekly and monthly, is overall a downtrend. So my money's really betted on gold dropping even further. Once it gets past this zone, you can place either a sell stop, and you can place a sell stop by going to new order. Remember, you want to manage your risk. So let's say you got like a $1,000 account. You don't want to risk no more than 3-5%. Say you put like 5%, put pending order, and you can easily place like a sell stop right here. So my sell stop would be right outside of the range. So it'll be like 1237. And then you can place one right here, like 1237. And then boom. And then your stop loss would be on the other side, probably a little bit inside this range. So like 1247, my stop loss. and boom. So there we go. And then my take profit will be in this blue zone down here. So my pending order is already placed, so I don't even have to worry about it. It's already there. So for those who are looking to trade gold, be on the lookout for a breakout. Now, one of the trades, currencies that I'm really looking forward to is USD Chef. USD Chef is in a great area right now. So before Friday, the close of the market, it actually rallied and closed above the 61.8 fib area, which is very good. So based off the daily and weekly, we can see USD Chef going on an uptrend. Again, USD being the dominant of the two pairs, and our currency being really, really strong, I can see USD going up an extra 50 pips. So I expect USD to go up to 0.99, around 500. And then if it breaks this zone area, it can go up even further to possibly, 1,000, reaching that. So I can definitely see that happening. Like I said, it just broke through a strong 61.8 fib extension. So now that it's closing, I expect it to do this, probably retrace a little bit, come back here, retouch this, and if it stays, so what we're looking for is a candlestick to stay above the 61.8. So you preferably want to trade on the 4 hour. You can't trade on the 1 hour. No need to trade on the smaller time frame because you want a strong time frame for confirmation. So that's why I preferably like the 4 hour. But if we can get a 4 hour candle to stay above this, especially by like Tuesday, Wednesday, expect this to go on an uptrend. Expect to see this right here. So based off of these candlesticks, you see how they were trying to drop, and then you see the big pullbacks. That's right. Candlesticks eventually closed up here. So this is letting you know that market is trying to go on an uptrend. For candlesticks to pull back like that, this is strong market exhaustion. So I'm definitely looking for USD Chef to come back, touch this 61.8 or get near it. So look for it to get around 0.98, 900 range, around this range right here, and then go to the upside to 0.994, 500 range. That's where I would take profit. That's a good easy 60, 70 pips right there. And then if it breaks to the upside and breaks this zone up here, and we can get a candlestick to close above, expected to go to 1,000. All right. But this is a solid trade right here. I feel very strong about this. So once again, you can write this down, mark it up. This should be ready by late Monday, Tuesday. Once again, you don't really want to trade at the opening of Sunday because no banks is really open like that. You're not going to see a lot of liquidity. Even though you see movement in the market, yes, you can make money, but it's just not safe because you don't really know where the market is trying to set. You want to see it set the direction for the week. So that's what Sunday and Monday is really for. Tuesday is really when you want to get into trading market. And anyways, that's when the most activity happens. So that's also another solid trade. And then also, I'm looking at USD JPY, another solid trade right here. Now, based off of last week, we had a lot of rallies with the JPYs. If you notice, a lot of people were probably expecting, even myself, to go to the downside. But the overall bias of it is a strong uptrend. Like right now, to start the market off today, market opened at 5. USD JPY dropped down, went on a downtrend, and already you're seeing the strong pullback. So again, if it closes above this 0 fib extension, I expect USD JPY to go to 105 easily, 105 and change based on this daily. So from top here, we get a candlestick that closes above this. We can see USD JPY go to 105, probably like 500 range. That's over 133 pips. All right, so these are the type of moves that I'm waiting for. No need to rush in the market. No need to buy now or anything like that. Let the market come to you. Let it hit your spots and let it hit the ranges, okay? That's how you become profitable. So with USD JPY, I'm looking for it to close above this fib line, stay there. And if it can do that without showing any strong retracements trying to move to the downside, we can look for a good buy. And so far, it's looking good. Like I said, since the start of the market, USD JPY has gone on a downtrend. But look at the pullback. Look at this. This is a strong reversal pin right here. So this is letting you know that it's trying to come back up here. And these long wicks right here are telling you that USD JPY is looking to go on an uptrend. Even if I draw a trend line like this, it's trying to move to the upside. So that's a very good indication that USD JPY is going on an uptrend. So if you can get price to stay above the 104,338, you got a good indication that it's going to go all the way up to 105 and change. Now remember, you don't need to trade every single day. You don't need to trade every single pair. All you're looking for is the best setups. All right. You want to build your account via pips and percentage. Okay. Literally, you can make as much money as you want trading off of just a couple pairs. You don't have to trade every single pair that's dropped in the telegrams and the chats. Just look for the best setups, make your money, get out of the market, and call it a day. All right. So those are just a few pairs I just wanted to go over. So that was USD JPY, USD Chef, and then we looked at gold to confirm. So you want to wait for those positions. I already posted some of these in the Facebook SelfPAID University chats, so they're listed there. And then I'll post again come late Monday, Tuesday to see where the currencies are at and let you know, guys, when we can, get in for good positioning. But that's my weekly forecast. Greg, you still there?
Absolutely. I'm gonna go over USD Mexican and its projection. So just give me a second here. Let me pull it up. I got it down here.
Hello?
All right, so let me see. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So here's my quick analysis on USD Mexican. Hold on, let me see. Does anybody have any questions? Let me see. Yes. Okay, perfect.
I have a question.
Sure.
I'm new to this, so I have a pending account. So it started. Do I have to stop it, or is that what the numbers I put in do?
You just started and you just put in a pending trade?
No, I'm saying I just started with the company. So I did what they said. I put in a pending trade. So it's actually running right now, and it is in the blue. But I'm asking, do I have to stop it, or does it stop on its own?
Well, it'll stop on its own if you put in a take profit.
Yes, I did.
If you didn't put in a take profit, you probably will have to manually stop it yourself.
Okay, I put in a take profit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, guys. So this is my analysis on USD Mexican. Now, one thing, I've been able to really start to study USD Mexican. A lot of people do not trade USD Mexican, but it yields a lot of pips. It yields a ton of pips. And from my analysis, from what I've been able to see as of lately, USD Mexican is going to go on a serious uptrend. Without a shadow of a doubt, right now the US dollar is superior. It's super strong. So some of the projections of what we have USD Mexican to hit are actually two different levels per se. First of all, one of the telltale signs that this is actually going to go on an uptrend is because of this major gap. One thing that I've been able to study and just been able to learn from other senior traders from passed down knowledge is that the market will always cover the gaps. I'm pretty sure that you guys were reading some of the posts I was posting inside a Telegram channel stating just that. One of the things that I'm looking at here on the daily is that there's a lot of exhausted wicks to the downside, right? To the downside. So right now, right here in this region, as the market was at a slight pause, there was a lot of buyers and sellers in the market. But as you can see, the buyers started to take over per se. Right now, with US dollar being so strong, we're projecting it to at least hit its first target of even from here to here. From here to here is about 447 pips. And possibly if it breaks this major support line, possibly the second target will be at 900. So a total of 920 pips, okay, on the buy. One thing I am kind of anticipating is once it does hit that high, okay, so if it breaks through, right, if it breaks through and it makes this high, because the market always repeats it always repeats itself. So let's check it out. The market actually did it here. It came up, right? Came up, strong uptrend above the cloud. As you can see, we were looking for buys as we always should, and above the cloud. It pulled back down to correct itself, and then it moved up on an aggressive stop hunt. Wow, all the way up into the 19.50 region, right? And then there was an aggressive pullback for all of the buyers who got in very late at the end of this, right? There was an aggressive pullback as the market started to pull back this way. You start to see this M form, right? So now let's look forward. So the market always repeats itself, right? Let's look forward and where we're at right now. At a higher level, we're starting to see the same type of activity. We're seeing the market shoot up, right? Shoot up right at a strong weekly support, and the market actually pulled back down to correct itself with a gap, right? So as it pulls back down with the gap, and we look down here, this was an aggressive stop hunt here. Do you not think for one bit they're going to do the same thing here, right? The market, guys, always repeats itself. So that's why I have a huge buy up into the actual, what is this, 19.9940 region, and then I'm looking for a drop. I'm looking for a drop around this region. But once we'll know exactly where the market is. We won't actually predict it because we'll actually see where price action takes us. Okay. Another reason that I'm thinking that this is going to drop, because if you take a look at the monthly and where it's at on the monthly, guys, this is pretty much the highest it's ever been, right? It's the highest it's ever been. So I'm pretty sure that, once it reaches highest high, that we could be looking forward to a slight drop, but we'll pay attention once we get there. That's my analysis for USD Mexican. We showed you gold, and we want to kind of be able to focus on these trades throughout the week. I think another trade, Stevenson, did you go over AUD USD or no?
No, I didn't want to give out too many pairs, but we can go over that.
I go over AUD USD for me because I like the way that you set it up, and I think that's going to be a pretty strong trade as well. Right. I think that we could send them off happy with these 4 solid trades this week.
Yeah, sure. Can you? I can't share my screen, Greg. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. New Zealand. I actually was just waiting on another pair too. That's actually setting up odd chef, but let's go to odd USD. So here we got odd USD. Change these fibs. All right, so we got odd USD going on an uptrend, but I see this really coming down. Just get rid of these fibs. All right, and for those who don't understand what I just did there, I was just adjusting my fib, customizing it. Please, Greg just released the fifth video, and I'm releasing a couple more videos tomorrow. Please watch these videos, guys. They're there to help you. They're to help you understand the market, how to read it, how to execute it, and most importantly, how to be patient and wait for price to hit your targets before entering the market. All right. So right now, USD, AUD USD went on a strong uptrend last week, as you can see. And I expect that to continue this week, actually. I expect AUD USD right now to head to the upside. And if it basically can stay below this fib line, basically 0.76842. Now, what I mean by that is price can definitely shoot past here like these did. But if we can get a retracement, basically it can get rejected and close under here, we can look for a great sell opportunity to the downside for over a 300 pip movement. All right. That's a great opportunity right there. So this is something I will definitely be looking at. So I'm not looking to jump in the trade now to buy or anything like that. You want to wait for price to hit your targets, okay? That's what you want to do when you're analyzing the market. You want to see where the market is going. You want it to hit your potential. So when you're doing your technical analysis, you want it to hit your price. So for me, I want AUD USD to come up here because I want to see what it does. Because looking at the past, basically over here, back in September, looking over here back in August, looking over here back in July, June, every time price came over here, it got rejected. And what did it do? It came to the downside. And moved to the downside, and moved to the downside here, and moved to the downside, came up again, moved to the downside here, came up again, moved to the downside here. So I want to see, are we lucky enough? Is it going to happen for a fourth time? It could possibly break. If it does break through, then I expect price to come up to this range over here, which is fine. But again, like I said, I would need a candlestick to close above this line right here for confirmation, strong confirmation. If it does close and we're looking for a buy, we can catch this for 130 pip movement. So if price closes above, we can catch this for 130 pip movement. But if it doesn't and gets rejected, as you can see, it did over here and over here, we can grab this down for at least a 200 pip movement all the way down to a 300 pip movement. So that's what I'm looking for AUD USD. So it's all about being patient and letting price hit the targets that you want. No need to jump the gun, no need to jump now. It's being patient, discipline. Because once you get price to where it's at, when you get it at major, because these areas, the reason why we mark up our charts is we're marking up our charts for areas of basically breakouts and reversals. Because when you can catch a breakout or reversal, that's when you want to get in the market. You don't want to get in the market when it's ranging. You want to get reversals, key reversal areas, and breakouts. So if we can catch that, this is great. So this would be either a breakout. So like I said, it'll either come here or can possibly break out and come up either here, or it can do a reversal and come down here. All right. So one of the two areas, even whatever happens, we'll be able to capitalize it. We're just waiting for confirmation. So confirmation as in I'm looking for a pullback. So wick pullbacks like this. If we don't get that and we get candlesticks that close above like it did over here, then we can look for a buy opportunity and ride it to the next zone. All right. So that's also another great opportunity we're waiting for. So you can write that down. This is not going to happen overnight. Understand we have always about 5 trading days in the week. The market is not going to reach its target in the first day or just because you looked at it. It's going to stall. It's going to range. It's going to test your patience. It won't really make its move a lot of times until the end of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, preferably. So you just got to be patient. You just got to let the market do what it does. Let it hit the targets that you want it to hit, see how it reacts. And if it does, then we're in the money. All right. But just like it did here, basically even here. It only one time it really broke through this range right here and went to the upside. So if it closes above like it did here, we can look for buying opportunities. If not, we wait for these pullbacks. And remember, based on the time frame that you're trading off of, that's what you want to see over here. So if you're trading off the 4 hours, remember each candlestick is 4 hours. So you have to wait 4 hours for that candlestick to give you the confirmation. So I'm waiting until this candlestick after 4 hours to close before I make my decision. All right, so that's another analysis on AUD USD. We'll see what happens and what transpires in the next coming of days. And if anything looks good, most definitely I'll let you guys know, and then we'll see if we have any opportunities to capitalize on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, guys, I'm pretty excited about this up-and-coming week. I hope you guys are excited as well. If you have any additional questions, please don't mind, place them in the chat. We would love to answer them. We want to make sure that everyone understand exactly what the game plan is. Just like what I'm saying, let's get your journal, let's get your trading goals written down. Let's try to work on your trading goals from day to day, from week to week. This is about becoming highly profitable. So if we're going to become highly profitable, if we're going to mimic like the professionals trade, then let's do the same exact things that they do. Let's duplicate that. It's the exact same thing within our business, of sharing the business, of duplicating the business, of share. What was it? PS3, right? Peak interest, show the plan, and run a three-way call. This is the same exact approach. So each and every week, have your journal down, write down the trades of the week, the type of the setups, think like a trader, right? Be patient like a trader, right? See, when you get in at the right time with the right entry, you can come in with the right lot size. You could come in and make the type of money that you've been looking for, right? But you have to think and behave like your trader. You got to be patient. You got to allow the market to come to you. Trust me, we've been there. We've done that. We've been through all of the bumps and bruises. We're trying to make sure that you guys do not have to go through these things. Each and every week, and with all of the trainings combined that we're going to be uploading to our team website, is that you guys are going to be able to catch on and start catching some massive pips. And that's all that we want for you guys. So we're truly excited for this week forecast. And we welcome you all to the new Slack. Yours does look like it'll reverse, become a buy. Euro Chef. Do I like Euro Chef? 1 second.
Oh, yeah, I'll go over that.
Okay.
Euro Chef.
I think
You guys still see my screen, right? You still see my screen?
Yeah, it's still on your screen.
Let me get up Euro Chef for you guys.
Pending orders are placed for the buyer, so it doesn't really showing it was something we can do.
All right, so this is Euro Chef. So, okay, we're going to do this from the beginning. All right. So, whenever you're analyzing, Euro Chef has kind of basically been in consolidation on the monthly. So, let's get that here. Get that. That's how you want to mark up your charts. Ooh. All right, so I'm sorry, who was that again? To answer your question, looks like Euro Chef is on a downtrend. All right, so this is actually good. We got Euro Chef going on downtrend. Based off here, all right, so Euro Chef, based off the daily, is at a key 61.8 fib extension. So right now, you'll probably see a little retracement up. If it can close, if it can break this, close below the 61.8, we can look for it to go on a downtrend. Good for an easy 60 pip, potentially 200 pip movement. If not, if it stays above here, if it stays above this line, so you'll know by Tuesday, because new daily candle just formed. It has to stay above this 61.8 retracement. So I wouldn't get in right now. We want to wait for confirmation. If it stays above here, you can ride this back up to at least 1.09425. So at least a good 80 pip movement but I would wait for confirmation. It's still early. Like I said, right now, it's on its way back up. That's what it's going to do. But I can see like during London or over the course of Monday trying to break this low here. So that's also a strong possibility. But if for Monday it stays above here, 61, you can look for a buy. If not, it breaks below the 61.8 and can stay close there, you can look for a sell. All right? So that's the analysis on EuroChef. Oh, now the questions are coming in. All right, so when pending orders are placed with the buy or sell limits, does it stop on its own, or is there something I need to do? No, D, everything's already taking place. So again, when I'm placing a sell limit, so for example, like on EuroChef, right? Let's say I want to place a buy limit because I'm expecting it to buy. Now, here's the reason why you want to wait for price to take action. There's no need to jump the gun. Our job is, even though we're speculators in the market, at the end of the day, the only thing that can dictate the market is the market itself. They dictate the price, they dictate the direction. It's our job to react to it, all right, to capitalize on it. So to me, I don't care. I have no, feelings as opposed if it wants to go on an uptrend or a downtrend. I'll go wherever the market wants to go, if that's where it really wants to go. So remember, this is a new daily candle. Just because I see it going on an uptrend is not enough for me. I need stronger confirmation on this, all right? The week just literally started. So it can go on an uptrend right now and then out of nowhere, must have been in a trade, and then the market just, shoots down or shoots up. Who remembers 2 weeks ago when the Great Britain pound, it was a quiet Asian session and then it just plunged. You know what I mean? So you always want to be patient. But let's say I want price to come down here. All right. So I go to pending order. I'll put a buy limit. What's a buy limit? Buy limit is what you place below market price. So market price right now for EuroChef is up here. I place it below market price. So when it reverses and goes on a downtrend, it hits the price that I want. So for example, I want this 108,542. Boom. My pending order is placed right there. So if it goes on a downtrend, I'll pick it up, and then I expect it to go on an uptrend. Everything's already set. All right. Taka, learning how to mark up with fib. Not sure where to place the fib on the charts. Any tips? Still watching videos. Okay, Taka. When you're placing fibs, all right, we're going to use this. Now, you're going to watch a lot of videos on YouTube. You're going to watch a lot of experts, and a lot of people, place their fibs the way they want to place it. There's no really wrong or right way how to do it. And for the reason being is a lot of people place them differently. Like some people, they'll use the extension of a leg. So for example, let me get my fib. Whenever I'm teaching, I like to just teach everything from the beginning. So let's say most people, when they place their fibs extension, they start from the top to the bottom. So from the high to the low, or from the low to the high, right here. And a normal fib looks like this. You'll have all these lines. You'll have the 23, the 38, the 50, the 61. So basically, Taka, it all depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to measure the entire chart, you can start from the high to the low. If you're trying to measure a leg, so basically, for example, let's use this. You see the market go on a downtrend, and then it starts to reverse. So you want to measure the extension of the leg. You can literally measure it from here. So literally from here to here. What I like to do, and one of the key things that I've been trying, especially over the weekend, is when I'm placing my support and resistance, like right here is resistance, right here, right here, right here. Now I have the market price basically inside this zone. So what I've been trying lately and testing this out to see how efficient this is placing fibs inside of a zone and seeing how it plays. So far, it looks good. as you can see, market price is literally bouncing off of these zone areas. It hit over here, hit the 38.2, rejected, came down on the downtrend, came back up, flirted with the 50, came down, broke through, got a strong confirmation. So as you can see, market price, when it plays with the fibs, these are strong confirmations. So like I tell you, when a candlestick closes above a fib line, especially a major fib line like the 50 or 61, which I consider major, you can look for a buy. So you could have got in on the next candlestick, rolled this for a good 20 pips. When market price closes below, like you see it did right here, you can ride this for a downtrend. So let's say you got in this, you would have caught this for about 50 pips. So these fibs are very strong. They give you indication as to where the market is trying to go. So when market price is above a fib line, you can look for it to go on an uptrend. When it's below, you can look for it to go on a downtrend. All right. As far learning here, I'm learning thanks, learn, thanks, good stuff, learning, excited, good information. All right, thank you everyone, appreciate that. So I hope I answered your question, Taco, and D, I hope you understood that. Anybody else got any questions or concerns? Oh, you're welcome. All right, thank you very much, guys. Greg, you still here?
Absolutely. So this was this week weekly forecast. Plan on next Sunday for us to get our planning together to get ready for the big week. Monday night, London. Plan on hopping on the training at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Same link, guys. It's always going to be the same exact link, so it won't throw anybody off. If you want to try the new Slack app, please shoot me an inbox with your email address. I would love to add you there. We're going to be doing the same exact thing in Telegram. It's just a great platform for everybody to get a better experience because it's more seamless. We can run multiple channels within it. We can organize the information. We can pin posts, and everybody can see when everybody's online to actually discuss stuff. We really want a family trading environment happening within our group because we want everybody to be able to experience great growth as traders. The way that we're going to grow our business is by profiting and sharing, right? Profiting and sharing. So once we get you guys into profiting, the sharing the business and growing the business and duplicating the business is going to be very, very simple from there. So we're truly excited to be able to bring our first weekly forecast. We're going to upload this to our YouTube. We're going to upload it to our team training site so everybody can actually watch and have follow because we got people from the UK, from Ireland, from all across the world. As this thing starts to explode, it's going to become massive. So I'm just truly excited to have you guys on this Zoom tonight because I'm just excited to see your stories, your income stories from being able to take these trainings and really just take your trading game to the next level because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You guys have a blessed evening.
Hold on, Greg. Hold on.
Take care.
Quick question: how do you find which pairing to select? Do you cycle through pairings that have worked? And Mo, so yes, once you become a sufficient trader, you're gonna realize certain currency pairs move better than others. Certain currency pairs pay out better than others, and certain pairs you just feel more comfortable with. The most profitable traders that I know of, they stick with a couple of currencies. That's why you saw in the beginning of this, I only wanted to show a couple. I didn't want to, if you look over here, look at Market Watch, look at all these currencies you can trade. It's wonderful. That's great. We have all these options, but it's too much, especially for the human mind. Trading requires a lot of patience, requires a lot of discipline, requires a lot of education, requires a lot of studying. All these pairs move at different pace, different rates, pays out differently. They all have their own personality. think of these currencies as talking to a different person at a university or something like that, or in a school forum, or at your job. These all represent a colleague at your job. So they all have different personalities. They all work in different departments. They all move differently. They all operate differently. So you want to really stick with the pairs that you feel comfortable with, and that's going to offer you the best opportunity for you to make money. All right. You don't want to really jump around and jump to, different pairs and everything like that. That's what gets you confused. Like I said, if you have a job, your current job, whatever your function is at your job, that's what you're good at. That's what you do best. So you might find a currency, you perform better on this currency, like let's say USD CAD, as opposed to trading on gold. I know some traders who literally they trade one currency, and that's where they make all their millions. So definitely when you're picking currencies, you want to stick to like one or two that you really like, that that pays out, that you can understand their patterns and their movement, and you just want to study and master them. The more you master and study that single pair, the better it becomes. Think of it as like dating, or you're with your significant other. The better you understand that person, the better the relationship is going to be. You mentioned YouTube channel. Yes, the title of the YouTube channel is SelfPAID. So you can go there.
You're gonna be able to get all the videos through the team training site. I'm gonna get a sign up link tomorrow for everybody to be able to enroll to the team training site. So all the videos will make sense. They'll be in order. You'll understand how to get set up with your MetaTrader 4, how to draw your Fibonacci, churn lines. Stevenson does an excellent extensive training on mindset. So you guys are going to get all of that. China did some mindset training as well as Garrett Roberts. So we're going to, Jules bringing on some videos. So we're excited to be able to feature some of those trainings. So you guys are going to get plenty of value through our team site. So, is there any other questions before we close out tonight's session? Alrighty. Well, hey, I'm super jacked about this week. Let's be smart. Let's have our goals written down. Let's not try to take $100 account and take one trade to $700. Let's be smart. For up $20, $30, just take the profit. That's 20 to 30%. That's the wise thing to do. Think like a trader. Be wise like a trader. Be patient, right? Wait for your setups. So I'm just truly excited for this week. You guys have a blessed night once again, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Take care.